The safety pin of a grenade was yanked off, and just as the thug threw it, a hand firmly caught it in midair. There wasn't a trace of fear on the man's face. This man is Dabing, who possesses the hardest skin in the world. Bullets have absolutely no effect when they hit his body. Besides that, he also has immense strength, able to twist an ordinary handgun into a pretzel in the blink of an eye. So how did he end up with these superpowers? Not long before this, he was framed and thrown into prison. The warden wielded absolute power in the prison and was especially arrogant, but Dabing wasn't afraid of death and kept standing up to him. It wasn't long before Dabing was brutally beat, left barely alive on the spot. The doctor figured he wouldn't live much longer anyway, so he decided to use him for human experiments. Just at that moment, the warden rushed over. As soon as he arrived, he pressed the switch and turned the temperature and settings in the experimental chamber up to the maximum. He originally wanted to use this opportunity to torture Dabing, but unexpectedly something went wrong. In the explosion, both the warden and the doctor lost their lives, but Dabing miraculously survived. At this point, all the wounds on his body had completely healed, and he could feel his hands brimming with strength. Immediately after, he smashed the wall with a single punch, and unbelievably, his hand was completely unscathed. After breaking through the solid prison wall with his bare hands, he managed to escape successfully. To hide his new identity, he worked at his good friend Lao Hei's barbershop. One night, a group of thugs burst into a Chinese restaurant, demanding protection money from the couple who owned it. Dabing happened to be passing by and told the group to leave immediately, which instantly enraged the thugs. Faced with threats from so many burly men, Dabing simply replied with 5 words. I kill you. Right after he finished speaking, a baseball bat swung at him. Dabing blocked it with his hand, then slammed him hard against the wall. A bold guy who didn't fear death stood up and silently threw a punch at Dabing, instantly breaking his wrist. His screams echoed throughout the entire room, and then Dabing threw him out like a piece of trash. Seeing this, his accomplice immediately pulled out a dub, but after a single gunshot, another thug was left stunned. Not only was Dabing unharmed, he even caught the bullet with his bare hand. Do you really want to shoot now? I really don't like this man. Shit. At this moment, Dabing didn't know he'd provoked someone he shouldn't have crossed. It wouldn't be long before he faced a fierce retaliation. That night, Dabing tore off a car door with his bare hands and broke into the headquarters of the most powerful local gang. He was determined to wipe them out because his closest brother had been killed. The story goes back to the previous day, when British thugs burst into the barbershop where Dabing worked. Leading them was the local boss, Lowhead Snake. The thugs who extorted the Chinese restaurants were all under his command. While shaving, he warned Dabing not to meddle in others' business. After causing trouble, they turned around to leave in an arrogant manner, but Dabing stopped them. The reason was he hadn't paid for his shave yet. His underlings looked at him with contempt and casually threw the money on the floor. This meant Dabing had completely gotten himself into big trouble. That night, a thug with 2 KKs fired wildly at the barbershop. Although he shielded Lao Hei's son, Lao Hei was still unfortunately hit by a bullet. In order to protect the little boy, Dabing didn't dare move and could only lie on the ground and play dead. The thug kept firing at the shop for 5 minutes and took a backpack on his way out, which contained Lao Hei's life savings. After the thug left, Dabing got up. The boy was unharmed, but Lao Hei, lying on the ground, could no longer hold on. Dabing was overwhelmed with grief, but there was nothing he could do. In the end, he could only watch his brother die. Afterwards, he charged into the local gang meter stand alone, even helping a thug make a suit of tin armor on the way. Lacking a proper weapon, he quickly punched through the wall, grabbed a metal pipe, and charged forward. Hoodlums were like ants to him, easily crushed. To quickly end the brawl, the soldier grabbed a sofa and swept it across, instantly felling a bunch of people. The soldier ignored all the bullets as the thugs sprayed wobbly with their heavy machine gun. The thug was terrified, almost crying. The soldier charged, knocking him unconscious, then kicked the door open. Behind it was the local boss's vault. Without hesitation, the soldier emptied the vault. The local gangster was furious learning about the vault robbery and planned a severe reprisal against the soldier. The very next evening, as the soldier had lunch at a Chinese restaurant, completely unaware of danger, a man shouldered a rocket launcher and fired at the restaurant. The soldier didn't have time to escape. The restaurant was instantly engulfed in flames, turning the Chinese restaurant into rubble. Watching the building collapse, the local boss laughed triumphantly. The fire brigade arrived quickly to find the building a complete wreck. The captain stated, "With such a massive explosion, there's no chance of survivors." But then, a fist emerged from the rubble. Turns out the soldier didn't die. In fact, he saved the restaurant owner. Everyone at the scene was stunned. The next day, he stormed the local bully's house. Several thugs immediately surrounded him, and one raised a gun and fired, but the bullet ricocheted right back. Seeing the soldier impervious to bullets and blades shocked the gang leader. The soldier sternly warned him that if he ever messed with him again, he'd be finished. As a mafia boss, being threatened like this, the local gangster was absolutely furious. If I don't get rid of Big B, I'll be disgraced in the underworld. So, he spent a fortune ordering a new weapon from Stark Industries, specifically codenamed the Collapse. Its bullets, made of extraterrestrial metal, pierce nearly anything and cause powerful explosions. After testing, the local tyrant was very satisfied with the Collapse. That night, Private and his friend Big Flower strolled down the street when suddenly, an 8x scope was aimed at him. This man was a killer named Brother Biao, sent by the local gangster, holding a shotgun in his hand. Only after the gunshot did the soldier realize he was bleeding. The bullet then detonated a second time inside him, sending the soldier collapsing to the ground in agony. Thankfully, Big Flower called for an ambulance immediately. They hadn't gone far before they were attacked, and Brother Biao chased them again. The two scrambled out of the car, quickly taking cover. Strangely, Brother Biao didn't kill them, instead threatening a slow, torturous death. After that, they found a small clinic. Wah wanted to use her veterinary experience to help Soldier remove shrapnel from his body, but the scalpel couldn't penetrate his skin. So, Soldier decided to do it himself. With a bit more force applied, the scalpel snapped in two, so the treatment will have to wait. Okay, that's all for today's commentary. See you next time.